Hello students. Today we're going to learn how to write equations from a table. So first thing we need to know is some vocabulary. Y is the dependent or responding variable. The X is the independent or controlled variable. M is the coefficient of X or rate when X is increasing by 1. And B is the y-intercept or the starting value. In other words, if X is 0, Y is what? Okay, so we're going to, first of all, they didn't have numbers on this worksheet, so let's go ahead and number these. We're going to go 1, and both sides of the worksheet look similar, so make sure you look for the one that says what is the rate right here, and then that'll be 1. And then I'll put 2 over here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we will go ahead and start with number 1. What is the rate? In other words, what's the rate of change? How do we go from 3 to 7? We're going to take the change of Y over the change in X. Another way to write that is also Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Okay, so this can be X1, X2, Y2, Y1. So we're going to go ahead and do Y2 minus Y1. So 7 minus 3 over 1 minus 0. That's going to be 4 over 1, and we simplify it to be 4. Okay, so sometimes we check and say 11 minus 7 is 4, 2 minus 1 is 1. 15 minus 11 is 4, 3 minus 2 is 1. And we check the rate of change for each of these because sometimes if the rate of change is not the same between all of them, it's not going to be a linear equation and you can't write it in the form y equals mx plus b. But in this case, we've checked it. Each of these is by 1. Each of these is by 4. 4 over 1 will give you 1. Okay. What is the starting value? When x is 0, what's y? I'm going to put 0, 3. Now, from those two values, we can write our equation. Y, remember, y equals blank x plus blank. M is the rate of change or slope, and b is the y-intercept. So y equals 4x plus 3. And if we put the x in any of these values, like 3, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 equals 15. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So after you write the equation, you should check a couple of these points to make sure the points are actually included in the equation. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more. Okay, we're going to jump to 3. What is the rate? Okay, how do you go from negative to, actually we're going to go y2 minus y1. Remember, these are your y's. So negative 2 minus negative 4 over 1 minus 0. So this becomes plus positive. So that's going to be 2 over 1, which equals 2. Okay, so the rate of change or the rate equals 2. Starting value, 0, negative 4, and actually I guess you just need to put negative 4. So that you can easily write your equation. I'm also going to go 0 minus negative 2 will give you 2. 2 minus 0 also gives you 2. So as long as each of these are giving you 2, and these are only going up by 1, the change in y over the change in x for this problem is going to be 2. Okay, so now I write the equation y equals, what's your rate? 2x minus 4. Okay, for example, if I put 3 in there, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 4 is 0, and we can see that each of these will work for that equation. Okay, now I'm going to go on to number 5. What is the rate? Oh wait, we're missing values from our y. Now they're giving us the equation, and we're going to have to fill out the table of values. What is the rate? Or the rate of change, or the slope is 6. What is the starting value? If I put 0 in for x, 6 times 0, 0, minus 2. So the starting value is negative 2. Okay? So now we're going to put 1 in there. 6 times 1 is 6, minus 2 is 4. 2 times 6 is 12, minus 2 is 10. 6 times 3 is 18, minus 2, 16. Okay? Do you see how that's working? Okay, you should be able to finish out the rest of this worksheet now. Okay, let's go on the back side. It's just a little bit different than the front side. Okay, identify if the table is linear or not. If it is, write the equation. Okay, so to tell whether it's linear, we first need to number these. So we'll go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so hopefully you can see all that. So there's your 20 problems. Okay, so we say how we go from 4 to 7 plus 3, 7 to 10 plus 3, 10 to 13 plus 3, 13 to 16 plus 3. So this is consistent on this side. So these would all be 3 over. Let's make sure each of these is going to be the same. 0 to 1 is plus 1. 1 to 2 is plus 1. Each of them are going to be plus 1. Okay? So, and actually, first of all, you just make sure these are all the same. And then you can say, yes, it's linear. Okay, so we need to write the equation. And again, these are y2, y1, x2, x1. So we take y2, 7. Actually, we'll do it over here. 7 minus 4 over 1 minus 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. 1 minus 0 is 1. So 3 over 1 is 3. So we get y equals 3x. So that's the rate of change is 3. And since this is when x is 0, y is 4. So now whatever number we put in here for x, we should get this for y. And that is our equation. Okay. Now let's look at another one. Which one would be a good one to do? Okay, let's do number 13 right here. Okay. So we go negative 3 to negative 1. How do we get there? Add 2. Negative 1 to 2, we add 3. 2 to 5, we add 3. Okay, so now let's see what the change is. Negative 1 to 0, we plus 1. 0 to 1, plus 1. 1 to 2, plus 1. Okay, so the rate of change for the first one, if I go negative 1 minus negative 3, and I go 0 minus negative 1, you get 2 over 1. The next one, we get 3 over 1 because it's 2 minus negative 1 over 1 minus 0. And so that would be 3 over 1. So the rate of change is different. So this rate of change was 2 for the first one, 3 for the second one. So when you get different rates of change for your table, then you put not linear. And if it's not linear, you don't have to figure out an equation. And that's all you would have to do. Okay? I'm trying to think whether we should do one more. No, I think that's about it. You guys can get this. You rock.